So let's talk about someone we spoke about yesterday, but I didn't really give him the full video that it deserved. Hello and welcome to this video. If you could like, share and subscribe to the channel, much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing is completely free. It just helps me build up the numbers and just show YouTube basically what to push in the algorithm as well. Again, it's weird going into the whole YouTube thing and how it all works. It's mental. And we are on the road to 4K. So if we can get to 4K by the start of the season, that'd be fantastic. So yesterday we were talking about Myles Peart-Harris in the video with Ajara. Now here's the thing for me. Myles Peart-Harris is one of those players who looks very good, and we were looking at him in the January window and he went to Pompey. Now, when he was last there, he last went on loan, he went to Forest Green, and they were in a relegation zone situation and got relegated. So you understand why they considered taking him to Pompey to go have that experience of winning a title, having a medal, being able to understand it. If you think about it in that kind of sense, it all makes a lot of sense with trying to figure out what you do next. Now, for me, you have to think about it really smartly about how you do this one, because we know we want a new person in that position, and I'd be very interested to see what we do and where we go with it, because we already wanted him in January, and the only reason we didn't get him because of this position we were in. And I think a little bit on what was going on with Danny, new manager, people needed to get used to who he was. When he was at Portsmouth, he had 12 outings and did really well. He was pretty impressive by all accounts. And that's the thing. If you have a look at how he's done, he started 10 games, scored 2 goals, and I don't think it's been lost when he has started games. His impact has been far beyond what we thought we'd get and far beyond what we needed from him. If you had to say all that would happen when we brought Myles in, I would call it a very, very successful loan. Over the past couple of weeks, he hasn't been inside and kind of thing. This is the Pompey manager, but say he's been training really well. He went on to say he started this week because he played so well against Wigan and trained well this week. I think he's a very, very exciting career ahead of him, and his next step should be to try and get into the Brentford side. Now, when you look at what Wednesday already finalising deal with Hamer, Lowe and Valerie, this could be a good one to bring in a sense, because it's a midfielder. Now, our midfield is light. It's very light, especially with Volt going. And then if you think about what's going on with Josh Windass, no one really knows what's going on with Windass. We'll probably find out eventually, but as of right now, it's back to the doing talks with said representation of Josh Windass to get it all sorted, because at the end of the day, it looked like it was all agreed and now it changed again. Now, it's kind of surprising to me that we have 2 midfielders, one that we were already linked with and now one that we're linked with again from the January part of it, are attacking midfielders, because Josh isn't really a striker. He's an attacking forward. Now, if you put attacking midfield into that, that's roughly where Josh will probably play a 10 position. So it's no coincidence to me that we are probably looking at bringing in this kind of player in, if that's the case. And we need backup anyway. We need backup positions with how Danny wants to play. The way Danny wants to play completely different on how Danny is going to play. He played last season. Danny got a style where he liked to press forward. He liked to make sure everyone can get up to speed. So you're going to need players to come in as well as squad depth and go from there. So I'd be very interested to see how when they go about this, because Danny has said he wants his own permanent players in, but you will have to bring in some loans. And if you listen to that Training Guru podcast, he said the market's a bit funny at the difficult at the minute. And people have said, he said that last time, but he's right. when it's an international tournament, the transfer market is stupid because nobody wants to do anything until after that tournament is done or after they've got some of the players back before they do anything at all. So as much as he wants to bring players in straight away and get them in for June the 28th, you're going to have the situation where it's going to take a while to get some of them done. We've already got a situation, out of all the players we've offered contracts to, so far 2 are signed, 1's left, 1 looks like he's leaving, another one looks like he could be leaving, 1 we're 100% sure is leaving but we'd like him to stay, and 1's I don't know. Out of all the players that you're giving contract to right now, our squad there is low. But at the same time, I was expecting this when we started offering contract to players. I was expecting us to have the situation of people losing their mind a little bit with certain players and stuff, because there's a lot of sentiment with a lot of the players that are leaving. They're all part of that squad that got us to Wembley. Now they're in the same bracket. They're that squad that pulled off the miracle of staying up. So I think as a fan base, we're going to have to see what happens. It's going to be a long window, and there's not a lot we can do before we need to get it all done. He wants players in for the 28th. We don't want to be scrambling for players around then. So we're going to have to see what happens and who comes in. And I think some of the deal will be late. I think some of the deal will be really late to see who comes in. So it looks like we've potentially got some deals lined up and done. We don't know what's going on with Windass. And it's now looking like we've got potential with a loan, maybe, with Myles. But it could be the fact that they keep him and they want to put him in first team. A lot of if, buts, and maybe. It's speculation. I know. Calm down. It's speculation, but it is the time of year where speculation is all we got. We haven't got anything concrete yet. When we start getting things concrete, it'll be a lot better, but I can see it being a difficult window. I can see people being quite tetchy about what happens and stuff like that. So we'll go from there. Let's see what happens, but we'll see how everything is.